you build the Singapore that you want to retire in. That's why my slogan is be retired, not tired.
You are one of two independent candidates running.
That's been confirmed. Firstly, I don't think any of the parties will take my position. It's radical, it's crazy. You are more likely to think confirm PAP doing something, right? Of course, they sure know how to spend money. They're really the champion of, give you one chicken wing, take back the whole chicken, what? Right?
Give you one chicken wing, take back the whole chicken. Bro. What's going on, everyone? Thanks a lot for joining us on another very special edition of the Rishi Report SG60 special podcast series. We have had multiple guests through our studio doors over the past few weeks, and today I am very happy to have an independent candidate for General Elections 2025. He will be running in Mountbatten SMC. Please welcome Jeremy Tan. Jeremy, how's it going, bro?
Thanks, Rishi.
In reality, you are one of the only, one of two independent candidates running.
That's been confirmed.
That has been confirmed in General Elections 2025.
Meaning forms all filled up, meaning your deposit has to be paid. So this list, you can find it on ELD website. So for all of your viewers, this is the official list lah. Basically, people like to posture, say they're playing for 5D chess. What? I will feel when I feel, but the list will tell you whether or not they're real lah. Yeah. PAP, of course. Only say lah, they already all there lah, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But for the rest, half of the people Lim Tian say is gonna feel not yet there lah. So I actually use this list to verify and also check because I wanted to ask him, Lim Tian Koko, please don't come Mountbatten. He did, which I did on my live stream actually.
Oh wow!
I said that, Lim Tian Koko, please, don't come to Mountbatten.
Yeah, Lim Tian Koko is this is a special message from Jeremy to you. Lim Tian Koko, please relax. Don't go Mountbatten. That's your message. Huh?
Correct.
What made you want to do this? What made you want to run as an independent candidate?
Firstly, I don't think any of the parties will take my position. It's radical. It's crazy. It sounds like I'm trying to, as what people online say, pump my bags. Bitcoin is a $2 trillion market. Singapore want to pump the bag, also very hard to pump. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
They're saying it's radical and it's too out there because
they say cryptocurrency is a risk, because volatility is something all institutional, like more big boys, that kind of thing. They will still go and really let's try to create instruments, create legislation to handle it, right? But the technology stuff, I think this one is still on a fundamental level very difficult to understand. A lot of people still don't understand why Bitcoin was made. So why people call me like, radical or crazy, or like he's trying to do this and do that. I don't think we have any other choice. I don't think we have any other choice in terms of when you look at our dependency on US dollar, 3 times our GDP is how much we trade in Singapore. Okay, that means a lot of US dollars come through. When we fight inflation, we fight inflation with US dollars effectively. MAS burned 30 billion last year trying to fight inflation, right? Why? Because we buy all food, 70% of food lah. Rather, we grow about 30 lah. Yeah.
So this information is from publicly available.
Publicly available, all research. I think maybe like 99% of the stats on my website are Straits Times, CNA, Business Times, Bloomberg. Not like some blog or something.wordpress.com or what lah. Real one ma.
No offense to anyone who has a blog that ends with wordpress.com. We're not saying you're not credible, but okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that because of your background in Bitcoin, or rather your
in being poor.
Poor?
Yeah.
You also?
Yeah.
Same
Yeah. Okay lah.
But I'm not running bro. My story cannot lah.
Yeah. No, like I think let's go back to the history of when I got interested in politics.
Yes.
And it was around the time Bitcoin was created also. During that time, I think I was in JC when I first witnessed the Eurozone crisis. All right. Fundamentally, what happened in the Eurozone crisis? A collapse of mortgage-backed securities, right? Collateralized debt obligations. And from there, Bitcoin was, created. Because why? Satoshi, right, supposed to be this guy that wrote the code to create Bitcoin. He wrote it because he says, or rather the community says, US dollar responsibility will never be to protect your purchasing power. US dollar will always be irresponsible. Administration to administration.
Mm-hmm.
They created all types of legislation to say, hey, we need to curb our spending. Hey, banks need to increase their reserves. What happened in the end? After 17 years, we still see the same old behavior. The American system, which we heavily rely on to buy food because we have to swap our Sing dollars for US dollar, right? Heavily rely on, they still are printing like mad. 80% of all dollars ever created was created the last 5 years. This is like saying, right, you very healthy, you everyday run, and then the last 2 weeks, right, you don't sleep, every day eat McDonald's. I tell you, you risk death, right?
So, and this inspired the start of your interest in politics.
I think this inspired the start of understanding why people stay poor, are poor. Why is it that other people are rich, stay rich? All right. And if you grow up poor, right, I can tell you most of the time, you are bitter, spiteful. You wonder why people have some stuff and they don't. And then, if you grow up poor and maybe misled or uneducated, you are more likely to think, confirm PAP doing something, right? Confirm they can do something for me, one. I run as an independent because I must acknowledge the fact of that PAP does a certain job. And some of the things PAP cannot control. Of course, they sure know how to spend money. They're really the champion of, give you one chicken wing, take back the whole chicken, what? Right?
Give you one chicken wing, take back the whole chicken. Bro. The analogy is quite wild. Did you consider joining any of the other opposition parties?
I actually considered. So I went to a Workers' Party volunteer session.
Okay.
I went there, and of course, in good faith, I must tell the leaders what my intentions and what my thoughts are. I want to go in and subversion or what. So the very first day, I met Pritam Singh, and I say, Pritam Singh asked me, hey, what are you here for? I'm actually have intentions to run as an independent candidate in Mountbatten.
You told this to Pritam Singh, the
directly.
Leader of opposition. He was already leader of opposition at the time.
Correct. This is, I think, last year.
Okay. And then what did he say?
And then I said, I'm here to see whether I can change my mind. Right? And he said, nothing will change your mind. But to be fair, he premised that later on with, we cannot have people just come here, volunteer, then later do what they want, right? Cannot be, you wear blue for a while already, then later you, Superman, you take out your thing, then you just go run your own thing, right? You cannot tompang their branding, ma.
How is it going so far? You've got your official election deposit. You've put that
The
in.
cert already, yeah.
Are you able to share how much is this election deposit?
This year they're very kind. GST don't apply to the election deposit, so it's 13,500, same amount as 5 years ago.
Net
Net.
Wow.
Like MP salary also, they're very kind. They never raised for 5 years, so you all must be thankful,
Okay, fair.
Minister also never raised for 5 years, They must be very,
All the
very
same,
thankful, All the same. Poor thing, no.
How do you see your chances in this election? If you will be a full-time MP if you are elected.
Correct. And to your question just now, you asked about the chances, right? 30 to 35%, because that's the base average for all the candidates in Singapore. But if we were to be real, her predecessor, Lim Biao Chuan, scored the second highest of any SMC in Singapore. And I also think why Mountbatten, right? You pick somewhere near. If not, you're too far from residents, they call you or whatever. So I stay about maybe 500 meters outside of Mountbatten.
Do you know, I'm asking because I don't know 100%, but do you know what you would have to do as the MP of this SMC, like the specific jobs?
Yeah. I think a lot of it is about, firstly, people always say, hey, I do a town council, this kind of thing. Right? So the last couple of days, I'm spending a lot of time to go and speak with former estate manager, town council manager, I go speak to companies, say, how much you tender, this one, how much you do. Lift repair, 150,000. Okay, I go look for other quote. Because if I win, I must give you contract. But be very mindful. Also, you need to know where somebody responsibility is. The road and park. Also sweeping and park one. Then you don't need to go and spend money on that. Lift maintenance. When you hand over, right? You must check how much is the balance to continue maintaining this lift. Which year you need to go and start those maintenance. The repairs, everything. And then if you hoto from PAP, right, hand over, take over, okay, you must check, okay, how's the quality of the facilities, correct? And then landed. Okay, landed. So waste landed quite clear lah. M-Park is the road, waste collection, same waste or whatnot, right? And then estate cleaning. Estate cleaning the most important one because you must have cleaning company, right? Because as soon as a few hours, nobody come clear the trash, everybody should be stuck. And in places in Mountbatten, 10th floor, right? You just imagine, how long will it take for the rubbish to stack up? And then the third floor you open, fifth floor give me this special gift. Yeah.
So there's one aspect, or rather one of the aspects of the job that as
Correct.
an MP you'll have to look into.
Correct. But specifically in Mountbatten, right? So this is the part your viewers might be very excited to know, right?
Okay. Go.
So last time, we say last time first, okay? Okay, last time. Mountbatten and Marine Parade, both PAP, right? So Marine Parade is Dr. Tan Sileng and the other, and then Mountbatten is Lim Biao Chuan. But the whole of these two, GRC plus SMC, is managed by Marine Parade Town Council. So they do all the tendering. Mountbatten don't need to do any tendering. Okay?
Oh,
so,
is that verified?
No, as in that's just how it works. That's just how it works. This is don't need to verify. This is just how it works.
This is the system.
Marine Parade Town Council jaga the places that it's supposed to jaga. Okay. But of course, they put Lim Biao Chuan inside Mountbatten. He's the chairman of the Marine Parade Town Council. So he signed off on the Town Council maintenance report. Like, okay, this one, you got how many? Comply, green. Very done. Well done. Okay, good. But you look at this election, I tell you why, very interesting. Okay?
Yep.
Everybody say, we want PAP because Town Council must do properly, must all this walkway, Nimacha asked for more dog parks. He got 1 month, Parliament question, he go there, we want more dog park. That's the only question that month. Then another month is, we want more shelter walkway. When will finish? Then that's the thing. Okay. If you look at it, everything that people are asking for or hoping for is contingent. Marine Parade is won by the PAP. So if you say, I want PAP continuity in Mountbatten, Marine Parade may not be a PAP sure win. Last time they won at, I think 54%. Very tight. So imagine if Worker Party, they win Marine Parade, and then you residents in Mountbatten, you vote PAP, your member have to work doubly hard with opposition party for things. Because it becomes a case of, last time you bully us, you bully Kachin, and now we bully back, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just stating the reality because the tenders don't align up with election years. Cannot be you sweep until the day of the election, then next day we see who win, then we tender again, right? Yes, there are a lot of overlaps, like building a playground. I think Jalan Batu have, then hawker center, shuttle walkways. There are a lot of different parts of the town council. So be studying that, getting cost quotes. Because you don't want a situation whereby you win already as independent, then what happened? I need to protect my backside. This guy independent. Then later I give him contract, I lose contract, other PAP, which has happened. This is what Aljunied Town Council problem was for many years.
Do you have a team of volunteers that is working with you, or supporters, or someone or a group of people who you're working with?
As of today, I think that firstly, as of today, by the way, this will come out later, but as of today, you should have done your assenters, which is basically 6 people need to go and say, hey, we assent to you being nominated, right? So nomination day, you must have 6 assenters. They must sign, put their NRIC, say this guy is a real person lah. And then they are also real people from Mountbatten lah, right?
6 centers must be from Mountbatten SMC.
Correct.
So you have gone out and found 6 people who become your
center lah.
A center who
like a witness, but positive witness, but they can still vote if they wanted to lah.
It's not a vote, it's just
endorsement.
Endorsement that you exist.
Yeah. Sort of lah.
Okay.
So people are sending me these kinds of things.
Where are they sending you? On
Instagram, email, right? And if you look at
after learning that you are running,
correct. Straits Time put it out, right? So then more people go and find. So the lots of ways to contact me. I think we got Instagram, we got email. You can set a calendar time to book my time. Telegram, you can Facebook, everything. Yeah, because the number one thing the residents I've met, they say is, hey, cannot be only meet the people then you come and talk to us, meet the people session. It must be any time I start to have a worry. I better go and jot down the worry and send it out first. So to them, it must be active process. It cannot be, chalat, something happened already, then happen. So like, I met a resident and he told me he has a disabled child. Okay, got once the lift maintenance left side, right side breakdown. Then they never communicate the maintenance schedule. So where you gonna stay or be for a while, right? While this is happening, right? So at least you must have some communication, right? A lot of it is because I think failure of typical town council is they centralize the comms and the management to just like email or meet the people. It's not reactive enough. You must really go and bang door on your RC or whatever, then you get some form of like instant help lah. It's really a customer service job lah.
Do you think that you would be equipped to handle it if you were given this job? Yeah.
So in my line of work, last time having sold company and then invested in companies, I've employed over 50 people. By the way, very good employees from all my different companies. I think that if any of them are still working there or used to work there, please go and hire them and give them great pay raise. They're very hardworking people. Okay, so over time of managing over like 50 plus people, selling the company to Unilever, I think that most of the time it's better to just let people do smart things and get out of their way. Okay, I used to operate in a way that I have warehouse, shop, office. I just let them plan their life lah. Don't go and manage lah. Okay. So, am I equipped? I feel like you don't try to do everything alone. You just go and find the right people, the right heart. Regular Singaporean, other Singaporean, what's so difficult, right? Even just now when I was printing my flyer, the uncle said, "Hey, actually I resonate with your message, but I'm very afraid if people will get it or not." So,
what is the message? Now that we have landed on that, what would be your message to Singaporeans?
My message is, you build the Singapore that you want to retire in, right? We build it together. So that's why my slogan is, be retired, not tired. Okay. Why is this so? Singapore, if you look at my policies and the way I've approached this election, we need to stop treating each other as retirement assets. What do I mean? Lee Kuan Yew used to say, we want each generation to pay for itself. Okay. When we say things like HDB is a retirement asset, do you understand that you're asking just the next generation of Singaporean children, young couples to be your retirement asset? We are taking the phrase, people always say, Singapore, the only resource is human. We're taking that phrase a bit too far here, right? You want to buy low and sell high or HDB. How is that going to happen? Next generation income must be higher than yours lah. But what if it stalls out? What if AI comes, which is already taking a lot of jobs, right? We have the highest amount of PMET retrenchments last year ever since the stat was first recorded in 1988. Highest ever. The jobs that Singaporeans want, no. This one not ask you to go play TikTok or what. No, this one is really go office, sit down, and do the planning, that kind of thing. This is the job Singaporean want. Then we don't have. And when I say be retired, not tired, it's about setting in your roots. Which place do you want to put your roots in? I go and run in Mountbatten because I know that these people, right, have the ability to help Singapore. Okay? There's a very interesting place because there's obviously very old flats in Dakota, but we also have places, if I were to distribute this, right, I must walk up to their gate because it's 73% private property. I walk up to the gate, ding dong. Then if I want to go inside, right, I pass the lawn, I pass the front porch, then I see a person. I'm like, hello, hello. Then I can give my flyer. Right. So Mountbatten is very interesting. They chose to be there many, many, many years ago because you're not buying these Mountbatten houses recently. You are most likely having set foot there very long. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know lah, when you come over to the east side so often.
Yeah, I am from the east. I've seen Mountbatten area.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah, and they conscientiously chose to be there, set their roots in and retire there, right? But it also means that they have the most social mobility. If Singapore cock up or what, they got houses in another country, what? They got property in another country, what? The stuff that I propose, radical, but they are the most insulated from policy failings because they are socially mobile in the world. They can go anywhere they want. Correct? Yeah. So they have an opportunity to help Singaporeans. I hope Mountbatten sees that. But there's also a growing case of asset-rich, cash-poor Singaporeans that live in Mountbatten. This constituency that my residents are actually in.
Wow. Hey, Jeremy, it seems like you have done a lot of work.
Yeah.
And a lot of research.
Yeah.
And you have some plan in mind.
Not East Coast plan lah.
Not East Coast.
Mountbatten
plan. Maybe
yeah.
there's some clarity for you there.
Yeah.
What are you doing in campaigning period? What is the campaigning plan? Are you going to rallies? Are you speaking to people? Or is there something else that you do as an independent candidate?
Yeah. So the rally process is very interesting for your viewers. You must do the rally application, or rather you're allowed to do the application for the rally site on nomination day, after nomination day, one day after. And then, right, it's a ballot thing. So if somebody want to, they want to potong jalan or what, ballot. But of course, PAP usually what their style is 5-6 people together, one place, then they do lah, right? So for Mountbatten, the SMC will be Kong Hwa School. Okay? I'm preparing a press release lah, but I will be doing a rally on the 30th and the 1st if I can. So back to back.
That is if you get the space.
Yeah, if I ballot lah,
Okay.
But obviously, if it's a 2-person fight, then
higher chances.
Higher chance lah, right?
Okay.
Then the second thing is I'm doing a physical walk the ground. I'm trying to reach every household in Mountbatten within this time.
Do you know how many households there are?
Yeah, I know lah, but I won't say that.
Cannot say, okay.
Yeah, you know why? Because I need to tally with the register of electors when I get it lah. I need to buy from ELD lah, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So every single household, I walk. Physical challenge. So it will be something like 10 days of walk the ground. So rain quite chala lah these few days. Try my best.
And people have been calling you and making appointments to talk.
So many of them been calling. They even name and shame some people that's supposed to get back to them on their concerns in the town council. They're like, hey, this guy from this one supposed to jaga my fumigation. Never reply me, no.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing.
Tell me, what is your best case scenario out of this whole journey and worst case scenario out of this whole journey?
So probably this is where I really want to speak about all the issues that I've covered on my website. Okay. I am very focused on thinking about Singapore's pain points as a country. And I'm very focused on worrying for Singapore. My anxiety for Singapore, if it's a people problem, we can still kind of change it, right? For example, this guy, he's a minister, but never do so much. He triple hatting, or like, then suddenly got NRIC saga or whatever. This is a execution skill issue problem. But my focus is on what if the PAP is trying their best and the Workers' Party is trying their best and we still don't have the result we want. And that is why I came up with my campaign. Okay, people want to ridicule me for Bitcoin, right? That is already the worst. Nothing really is the worst case scenario. Already. Of course, you all can laugh at me lah. I reply to every one of you. You know, I went on Reddit, Hardware Zone, Facebook. I reply everybody. Mothership, I reply everybody. I say, give me a chance to change your mind. Please give me a call, book time. Then people say, why? You are the one supposed to make policy, why? Then I'm like, yeah lah. So let me explain. Nah, yeah, lame. Then whatever.
That is worst case.
Worst case,
that you say is.
Kena scolding never mind lah.
So-
Ready every day somebody gonna scold me never mind one. You all just,
whatever happens-
disagree is fine.
Whatever happens at the elections, you are not concerned, not worried, not afraid, nothing lah. I mean,
Nothing
there's
lah.
no, like your deposit and all that, don't you need to get a certain...
Deposit. Yeah, you need to cross 12.5%. Unless you go out and spill absolute nonsense. Very hard to lose a deposit lah.
So you're very confident that you will get at least 12.5% voters in Mountbatten SMC.
Last election, the candidate that Lim Tian fielded didn't even do anything, right? He got 20-something%, 25%. That's double the minimum. Okay. This is statistical lah. In Singapore, there's always going to be 30 to 35% that just vote opposition. They don't even know who, so they just don't care.
Would you still be considered opposition? No, right?
Yeah, that's why.
I'm just curious about what you would be characterized as.
Yeah, I think like right now people are saying opposition and then independent no use but no party. Look at these parties. You say party. Hey, do you all even put out your manifesto to be debated? No? Do you all even go and put in time to research the thing? Right. So a lot of time they are going to be classified as opposition. As an independent. That was the way democracy was designed. To each person, his best ideas, to clash those best ideas with other great ideas in parliament. Right?
Tell me your best case scenario out of this
so
entire journey.
You already have your chunk of flesh. So I must say about the best case scenario. Look, we're in a time where America and China... America wants to preserve its US dollar because they can print, and whenever they want to do things like Iraqi Sesame Street, right, with the spending of money, anyhow, CIA go to this country, insurgencies, Singaporeans are paying for it. But do they know they are paying for it? The best case scenario for Singaporeans is that we must recognize that we are in an era where America wants to continue printing, but doesn't want to be responsible. China doesn't want to be the reserve currency of the world. What is left for countries like us, where the majority of Chinese oil flow through is a very significant import-export for us? What is left for countries like us, where we are the fourth largest financial hub and so financialized in terms of property? The best case scenario is that Singapore starts planning for itself. Independent thinking, first principles thinking. We go and think about other alternatives that gives us an insurance against bad behavior. Because we are such a small country. I brought up Bitcoin to just get people to realize that we are price takers of the world. Now this is a price that is starting, now it's starting to feel a bit hot. But as price takers of the world, this is like drug dealer, right? Today this is the new price. I couldn't get supply. And you as an addict to that particular drug, pay the higher price. America has gotten addicted to printing, and everybody on the block is being affected by this.
And these are some of the ideas that you will put forth to be implemented, or to be at least considered, or to be tabled if you were elected in parliament.
I have to say that the stuff that I'm proposing is not exactly not being discussed. No, there are people in SGX, right, trying to say, let's have some Bitcoin inclusion into our markets, and MAS after kena sting by FTX. No. But I'm not talking, very clear already to my viewers, to your viewers, it's not cryptocurrency I'm interested in. I'm interested in Bitcoin. Okay? For your viewers, the best performing and biggest ETF in the world, in history, is the Bitcoin ETF, Okay? It surpassed gold last year. Why? Because people realize that America will never ever behave itself, right? And this is not dumb people, no. This is not your average Joe, no. This is the BlackRock ETF, no. They're managing money for the richest, most crooked, most corrupt despot people all over the world, and they are putting their money in Bitcoin because these smart monies, they know how the world works. I say suddenly I stupid lah, but these guys, they own land, they own, corporations, the family officers, they own the world, right? They are putting their money in Bitcoin. Do you ever consider why they're doing that?
Okay, fair. Jeremy, thank you very much. Final message to your potential voters in the Mountbatten SMC before they go into campaign, before you go into campaigning and they eventually go to the polls.
So the final message I have for everybody is, please give democracy a chance. Please give me a chance, because we want to retire in a place that we feel happy. We want to retire in a place where we want our roots to be. We don't want to be tired thinking and worrying about money, thinking and worrying about inflation all the time. You can disagree with me on my policies, but I'm always here to welcome you to disagree with me. I'm contactable via Instagram, Facebook, email. Please give me a chance, because I am suggesting a way of thinking that no political parties want to talk about, let alone the PAP. Okay, we need to have a structural difference in the way we think about life, in the way we think about other Singaporeans as our retirement asset. That needs to end, because that is not ethical. We need to invest in ethical ways for our retirement. So that's it.
Thank you very much. And Jeremy, we wish you all the best. That was Jeremy Tan in the studio with us, running as an independent candidate in Mountbatten SMC. So if his ideas resonate with you, and if this is the person that you want in Parliament to represent your Singaporean voice, 3rd of May is polling day. Go out there and exercise your right to vote. This has been the Rishi Report SG60 special podcast series. Join us next time when we have another special guest walking through those studio doors. We'll see you on our next episode.